Next question is from Leo on YouTube. Hi, Adam. I'm thinking of doing the same thing to optimize the volume in the fermenter. One question though, we regulate the pH directly in the mash and sparge. Do you think that dilution with a non-adjusted hot water can cause problems? Do you think that diluting with 1/5 of non-adjusted water can cause problems? Is there a limit for flavor stability? Thanks, Leo. This question comes from a video that we posted on cutting a beer with water. Water backing, there's various terminology for it. If you want to understand the application of this, you can think of making something like light lager, something where you might make a higher gravity base beer and then cut it with water. You could also do that. And if you listen to the podcast with Cole Hackbarth from Rheingeist, they also talked about it's not just for American lager, light lager. Rheingeist was originally doing all high gravity brews. So they had a 20-barrel brew house, but they were brewing the gravity of the beer way up and then cutting it in the fermenter with water. And they were able to get far more volume that way. So there's multiple uses for it, not just making light, crispy boys. Okay. But the question goes into talking about, cutting that water, what should you do with that water? How do you prep that water if you're going to be cutting it? If you're going to be watering back a beer or something like that. One of the ways that I think it's great to do if you are doing it on like the light lager side, generally what you're going to want to be creating is think about like, carbonated water, right? So you are going to want to make sure that your pH is probably in a similar rate of your finished beer. So you don't want to be driving your pH way up, right? If your beer is sitting at 4.4 and you're going to be diluting it with water that's like at 7 or 8, you're not going to want to be doing that. So you're going to want to try to match, your profile, your acid profile. So run a pH check on your finished beer and make sure that, you've hit the target pH that you wanted to post fermentation. And then make sure you have the same pH. Build that in with your water calculator for the water that you're going to be diluting with. You may also want to look at building the water profile in a similar way, mimicking a per barrel rate of with a little bit of gypsum, little bit of calcium chloride. You probably won't need to go as heavy as you did in the original in the original beer, but you may want to lift up that salt profile a little bit as well. You can pre-boil that, run it through your heat exchanger, carb it up, push it into a finished beer. You could put it into a bright tank, carb it there, and then run your finished beer on top of that. There's a few different ways to do it, but it is a very effective tool, both for increasing volume in beers that you're making. It can also maybe help to make those lighter beers a little bit smoother too, because you don't get, it's not increased grain, it's not potential increased husk content in your grist, things like that. So and then also high gravity brewing. So just, making, IPA pale ale, but a lot more volume. So those are some of the use cases for it, Leo. Hopefully that answered your question, and I appreciate it.
All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching. If you feel as if you got any value out of the video, please like and subscribe. There are also other videos that you can watch. They're gonna maybe be over here or over here. Appreciate you watching.